Malaysia has unfortunately become not a very attractive destination country for a lot of migrant workers as a result of the kind of treatment that a lot of their workers might get when they come here.
அக்கா வந்து ரொம்ப டார்ச்சர், அந்த அம்மாவும் ரொம்ப டார்ச்சர். சாப்பாடு கேட்பேன், எனக்கு சாப்பாடு கொடுங்கக்கா, பசிக்குதுக்கானுவேன், வெயிட் பண்ணுவேன், சாப்பாடு கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க.
For us, Naganita, when you talk about recruitment, we don't believe in ethical recruitment. Because of our past experience and based on fact that we interview the workers who has been gone through like a fair recruitment process.
Of course, there's no one perfect placement, but what we do know for sure here at Pinkcollar is that for every single worker that we bring in, that we're also able to guarantee that they would be safe here.
You want to start?
So we're here to pick up our first 2 Indonesian workers at the airport. The first step to picking up a foreign worker is to get a security pass, and the security pass will allow me to go into immigration and get the workers cleared when they arrive here.
Saya dari Jakarta, ini kali pertama saya, first time saya bekerja di negara asing. Perasaan saya waktu kesini, aku kira ya jadi nggak bingung sih. Aku senang, happy. Saya senang sih bisa langsung ketemu majikan. Saya kira nanti ada proses selanjutnya lagi dan ternyata langsung ketemu majikan.
ஏஜென்ட் வந்து என்னை நல்லா ஏமாற்றிட்டான். 7 பிள்ளைங்க, 3 ஊனமுற்றோர் பிள்ளை, 1 வாய் பேசாத பிள்ளை, 1 9 நாள் பிள்ளை. நான் வரும்போது அதையும் விட்டுட்டு போவாங்க, எல்லாத்தையும் பார்த்துக்குவேன். அந்த அக்கா வந்து ரொம்ப டார்ச்சர், அந்த அம்மாவும் ரொம்ப டார்ச்சர். சாப்பாடு கேட்பேன், எனக்கு சாப்பாடு கொடுங்கக்கா, பசிக்குதுக்கானுவேன், வெயிட் பண்ணுவாங்க, வெயிட் பண்ணுவேன், சாப்பாடு கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. தண்ணி குடிச்சிட்டு படுப்பேன், தண்ணி குடித்தாலும் தேசுவாங்க.
We handle about 300 to 400 cases every year. 60% of the cases represent the domestic workers and 70 to 80% are trafficked. Their right to work is taken away, their right to wages, their right to health is taken away. So the top violations are unpaid wages and also wrongful deduction.
There are many cases of human trafficking. The domestic worker were brought in by the illegal agent. Agency with license, I would say that 99.99% are not involved with human trafficking because they have to place a deposit with the government. The deposit is to regulate agencies to comply with the laws. So the most severe one is a license be suspended or cancelled and deposit be forfeited. It's very disappointed that a lot of employers couldn't differentiate between legal and illegal agents.
For us, Naganita, when you talk about recruitment, we don't believe in ethical recruitment. Because of our past experience, in most situations, the agents use middle person to get them because they can't go to the village. So the explosion already started in the country of origin, right? We prefer a G2G approach. It should be registered under the Labour Department from the sending country and the receiving countries, with the embassies. So if anything goes wrong, we can actually, talk with the embassies here to say that this is the problem they're facing and how we can redress that. In recent amendments where the Employment Act has been amended, of course, after much pressure from civil societies, the terminology of domestic helper changed to domestic employees, but still there are hiccups there. Domestic worker working in a house, it's a very private premises, right? So there is also challenges for the labour inspections. On the other note, that lack of prosecution. There's a very, very few cases of few employees being prosecuted under the law. That is why Tenaga Nita, together with other civil societies, we were claiming that a separate legislation is necessary for the domestic workers because of the nature of the job and also their premises.
One of the things that Pinkcollar focuses a lot on is vetting and screening of candidates. We ensure that all of our candidates are debt-free and they don't face any salary deductions. We also do vet and screen clients to ensure that clients are open and aligned with our ethical hiring process. So all of our employers actually sign what we call an ethical hiring pledge with us, in which they agree to comply with the Philippines and the Malaysian government's work terms, such as ensuring that the worker has provision to her passport, to her mobile phone, is not restricted from leaving the home on her off days. We provide employers and workers the opportunity to interview one another online. We always tell workers that they have the choice to decide to accept or decline a job offer.
There are lots of agencies that offer services, and lots of them have very dubious ways of getting helpers, which is quite frightening to us. So when we met Pinkcollar, we felt that they had a very ethically based way of hiring workers, and we liked that. I think a lot of people forget that when you recruit somebody, when you have somebody working with you, they have families to pay for, they have lives to live, and they need a future. They're young people, and you can't just treat them badly. And therefore ethical recruitment is very important.
Both Sophie and I grew up with live-in domestic workers in our household, playing very supportive roles to our development as well as to our parents. And so it was natural to develop empathy for these women, migrant women who raised us.
My bibi, who is from Indonesia, she's been with my family for almost 20 years, since my youngest sister was actually born. And she has her own children, her own grandchildren even. A few weeks ago, she shared photos of a house that she had built over the years, and it's a beautiful, gorgeous house. She said, please come visit me, stay with me, I'll cook all your favorite food. This is an example of a migrant domestic worker who has worked abroad successfully, been able to manage her money, wasn't trafficked, has now reached her goals. Safe and legal migration is our mission, but our vision is that all migrant workers have the ability to break out of a huge cycle of poverty and social inequality.
To Malaysian, if you come across hearing or seeing a domestic workers being abused or treated badly, do contact Tenaga Nita. We have our domestic workers hotline, and we have our apps, Be My Protector apps, where your information is hidden. To the employers who recruit domestic workers, just give them the decent life. Just treat them as a human beings, and recognize them as a worker, and bear in mind that they are a very important asset to your family.